I'm excited to present to you the Perpetual Profit Engine. At Radical Marketing, we have helped coaches, course creators, and service providers to generate close to 2 million leads in the past 10 years. And today, what I'm sharing with you has been tried and tested by many of our clients. And this has been the one thing that has given them the predictability to grow their businesses. And today, I'd like to share this whole profit engine system with you, and specifically 10 non-negotiable protocols that you need to implement in order to create your perpetual profit engine. I'm excited to get started, so let's get into it. So this is what I realized after serving hundreds of different businesses, why most businesses can't scale. It comes down to one thing. It's not that they don't want to grow their business. It's not that they don't think big enough. It's not because they lack certain skills. It's because they do marketing and client acquisition randomly. What they do is maybe some social media posts, some networking, some organic traffic, and they even do some paid ads. And they hope that somehow something sticks, something works. But the fact is that it doesn't. It's just too unpredictable. And what I want to show you today is a predictable engine that will help your business to scale. And from our experience, the best way for any coaching business, any creative business, any service provider that provides high-ticket sales, the best way is using a webinar. The thing is, most people also do webinars wrong. They just focus on the event itself, and they think that the webinar doesn't work because they need to do like speaking classes. They need to have a better offer. They need to provide more content. Is something wrong with their slides or something like that? They focus too much effort on the webinar itself. Now, I'm not saying that is not important, but that's not the main reason why their webinars are failing. Their webinars fail for the most part because of the inconsistency of results, because they are solely focused on the event itself. What they need is a system that gives them that predictability of scaling the business. So main thing is they focus on the event too much and do not have a system. What we want is that before we even launch our paid ads to promote the webinar, we know with a high degree of certainty that this system is gonna make money. All right, what we want is a pre-launch certainty system so that whenever you invest $1 in, you know that more than $1 is gonna come out at the other end. That's how business is scaled, right? So today I want to show you 10 protocols that you need to implement in order to create this perpetual profit engine. Let's show you the whole 10 protocols. Now, most funnels are like this with webinars, right? It's like ads and traffic, go to landing page, and then live webinar happens, maybe a few emails are sent in between, and then people buy or they don't buy. And, you know, it's highly risky is what I'm saying using these funnels. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just highly risky because it all depends whether you do well at your live webinar or not. So what we have created is a profit engine that looks more like this. I'll run you through each element briefly. There are 10 of these elements, right? First one is the traffic. You need to be able to drive the right traffic to your landing page. And the landing page needs to qualify the right people and also at the same time get a high percentage of people signing up for your webinar. Now, once they sign up for your webinar, on the thank you page is you might want to make an offer, a low ticket offer. By making this low ticket offer, maybe it's like $17, $27, whatever it is, you fundamentally transform the relationship with your prospect into a customer. And when people buy from you the first time, they are more likely to buy from you again. And we've seen this time and time again that people who buy the low ticket offer, a higher percentage of them tend to buy at the webinar itself. So the goal here, remember, is not to make profits, so to say. It's really to transform the relationship from prospect to a customer. Now, at the live webinar itself, obviously, that's where you do your pitch. And the whole thing there is, remember, the goal of the webinar is not necessarily to show them how to do it. But what's actually more effective is that if you create a belief shift, a paradigm shift at the webinar. Because think about it, if your seeds are not thrown on fertile ground, the seeds will not germinate. So by creating that paradigm shift, you are basically wetting the soil so that when you have your offer, it is is more likely to be taken up. Because if they don't believe they can do it in the first place, why would they take up your offer, right? So that is an important distinction that the pros have compared to the amateurs, where they teach too much and show everything. The next thing you need is before the event itself, when they sign up to the live webinar itself, there's a gap, right? You need to have certain emails going out to people. This is to get people to actually show up for the webinar itself. What we would like to implement is an AI chatbot that actually interacts with people before the webinar to get more of them showing up. And then we have another AI bot interacting with people after the webinar to get the fence sitters to actually make a decision to make that purchase. And for those that didn't show up, well, the AI bot there is to get them to sign up for the subsequent webinar. And of course, what happens after the live webinar is a lot of people are not going to buy from you. That's the fact. Most people won't buy from you. And in most cases, what we want to implement is a 7 to 14 day post-event sequence where we continue to build that relationship with prospects, with content, with videos, so that more of those people actually either sign up for a new webinar or they actually make that purchase decision. And finally, the 10th element is you want to implement a newsletter. So remember, you spend all that money getting people to sign up for your webinar. And then if after the webinar, you just leave them alone, that's kind of a waste, right? Remember that the money is in the list. So if you put in the effort after that to create even just a weekly newsletter, which is what we do for our clients, is that you're kind of like feeding that golden goose. Because that golden goose, if you feed it well over time, you can do product launches, you can do other things, other offers down track, you can send them to new webinars. There's so many things you can do, right? Because you are creating an asset there that's gonna perpetually grow your business over the long term, and it will make your business much more valuable as well. So guys, that's the 10 elements. It's pretty simple, and I hope you liked it. If you got nothing out of today, I just hope that it removed the biggest blind spot for you, is that most businesses, they don't have a system for client acquisition. So today I've shown you a system for client acquisition, which is through webinars, and the whole system around it with 10 different protocols that will help you to perpetually grow your business and do it in a predictable manner. So remember, each of these elements will compound on each other. Imagine all these 10 elements, if each one just adds 10% compounded 10 times, that's a lot of percentages, right? So this is the biggest thing I hope you take away from today. Benefits, if you have this, it means more sales. It means more people showing up for your webinar. It means more engagement. It means that you're building a list for the long term. So that's why this is such a powerful growth system for any high-ticket business. So I want to show you a client of ours, Yasir Khan, who is an influencer, and we helped him to launch his first series of webinars using this system. And this is what he got. The results could not have been better. We achieved a overall 5.44 ROAS, which means for every dollar he invested, he got $5.40 back. And we're talking at volume, right? We got 6,000 leads and a 25% show up rate, which is massive. Right. So finally, what I'll say is that if this kind of like is, you know that you understand what I'm saying, but you just don't want to do it by yourself, you just want someone to do it for you, and you don't want to go through every day of this course, then hey, please do book a time with us and let's see if we got right fit working together and we can help you to implement your perpetual profit engine for you. So yeah, that's an image of me that AI generated. Doesn't quite look like me. I think I'm better looking, but hey, you know, AI, you can't be the original with AI, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today and I hope you got plenty of value out of it, and I hope you're excited to get started on building your perpetual profit engine.